Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of May 26th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates, and if this reading doesn't speak to you, go check out your other two signs videos for deeper messages. So Gemini, happy solar returns, happy birthday season. We have this week is starting off with both the Sun trining Pluto and Mars squaring Pluto. So there's this tension at the beginning of the week about the deepest changes that we want right now. Want or don't want, they're coming. And so that's how we're starting off this week. But we also have on the 31st, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. So there is an opportunity for you, as Sagittarius is the polar opposite time of the year from you. You're a very curious sign. They're also really high knowledge seekers. So this is a time for you to really focus with that Archer energy, what it is that you want to help transform at this time. Yeah, because the very next day, Mercury, your ruling planet, is leaving your sign into Cancer. And so for you, that is a moment where I know that we're also getting a Mercury retrograde is coming up next month, I believe, as well. So just things like, it's not even the pre-shadow yet, but we are, just know that yeah, your ruling planet is leaving your sign on the 1st. So while your birthday may land anywhere in your season, use this week as a time to really assess what it is that you want to focus your energy on right now. What is that birthday wish for this solar returns? Yeah, so what is that for you? And this week I'm going to be using the Starseed Oracle deck so that we really harness that transformation in whatever way we need to. The right doors will open. Yeah, so let's see what we got going on for Gemini. Let's see, so here we go. Gemini, you have wait. This is you birthing yourself into this next solar returns. But so even though it is your, this is your like solar returns, but it's going to take a minute for you to really feel into this aging up, leveling up. And it not being time yet is just saying that honor the moment you are in. And this is an example I've used in the past where I signed up, had all of my passport, ticket, everything ready to go for when I did my yoga training in Nepal about 7 months in advance. And in that 7 months of time, I could have just, floundered around, which I did a little bit. But I also, in that moment, I did a Vipassana retreat, which is literally sitting for 10 days in silence. And in that moment, 2 things happened. I decided to go vegan, and then I also quit smoking weed. And so these 2 things were just things that came about from that moment of that rest period that I had. Was, hey, this feels like things I could change right now for the better for me. I'm not saying everybody should go vegan because it's not for everybody. But then also, like a month before I went to Nepal, I started getting teachings from this new spiritual group that I found from where I was living. So, it is still being open. Just because you're in this moment of waiting doesn't mean that you're like bed rotting away in this moment of waiting. Even if it's not, you're not waiting for a class to start or a trip, you might be waiting for a paycheck, or you might be waiting for an approval of a something. And in that waiting period, if you're open, you can still receive deep messages from the from the universe out there. Yeah. Where did it go? Uh-oh. Did I drop the cards? I'm sitting on the cards. All right, let's see. Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. So on that, again, Gemini, trust where you're led. Yeah, in that waiting period, I was led to Vipassana. I was led to just one class with this program, and then they let me know that, hey, we have this whole like 4-year system if you want to jump into it. And yeah, I signed up for it like a month before I left to Nepal. So for you, Gemini, where are you being led? And the fact that I was led to Nepal to be the place that I learned all my yoga from, I am so much more grateful for the teachings that I got there, because I got it from people who were from India. They literally like took a train through the mountains to get to Nepal to do the teachings for me to understand yoga in the way that I do, versus if I had just got it at like the place that I first saw had offerings for teacher training was like a Starbucks yoga place out here, like a chain. And it's like, no, I'm so much more grateful for that experience because I was led to it. So Gemini, go where you're called. It's a big lesson. Trust that you're being called to the right places. Power places like ley lines have power spots on them. And so, like, trust that call. Like, I lived next to Sedona for years, and the longer that I was there, the more often I was there, yeah? Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So, I mean, yeah, just on the example that I've been writing this whole time of I was at that Vipassana retreat, and in that moment I decided I didn't need animal products anymore. And like, yeah, again, I'm not telling people to go vegan. It's not for everybody. I have blood type A, which works better with vegetarian diets. But also, I also eat fish now. So, so listen to your body. What is it that your body is asking you that, yeah, you don't need anymore? Like, I also in that moment decided I didn't need weed anymore. So there was that. So for you, Gemini, it could be even just, do you need to watch this show that pisses you off now? That like, like it's like the story arc has carried and now it's just garbage. You don't have to keep doing things just because you were doing it. If you have a subscription that, yeah, isn't serving you anymore, just let it go. Apps that really, like I loved TikTok. I loved it, but I don't have it anymore, and I'm like, do I need it back in my life? I like have great other ways to distract myself. So for you, Gemini, it is what it is. Do what you need to do. But yeah, once you release that weight, you might find so much more energy and time. That is what the star seeds have for you. But I'm going to pull one more card from the Land Sky Oracle deck. It was designed by a yogi. So it has all of these practices. So for you, Gemini, as we are carrying out into your season, which is a little bit more flighty, this is a way to get back into our body. So let's see what we got going on for our Geminis. So you have a stone. You have amethyst, nourish. And so this, you having a stone versus a yoga pose, that's totally cool. Amethyst is one of the most grounding stones that you can have around. You can wear them. You can just have them around. I do have, I have 2 amethysts here, but I'll pick up this one because it's pretty. Yeah. Amethyst is a great one because it's part of the quartz family, and quartz crystals are some of those clearest ones. And amethyst specifically is good for transmuting energy, so it's good to have them around windows, which is why I have at least 2, if not more, that live in this vicinity. So for you, Gemini, if you can't have an amethyst in or around you, you can always use the color purple, as I have done a lot in my life, where purple is at one end of the visible color spectrum. So you think of a rainbow, you have red over here, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And so Purple is at the highest end of the spectrum, and once you go beyond the visible spectrum, you have infrared over here, you have ultraviolet over here. So when we surround ourselves with purple, we are at that end of the spectrum, and it will really promote, colors do whatever they do for you, but purple is meant to imply that spiritual space. It provides peace. It's what you'll see in the olden days, I believe, like more medieval times. You would have basically purple reserved for royalty or priests. So it is there to like really inspire that higher energy. So for you, Gemini, yeah, like wearing or looking at, like you can just look at my background, things like that, so that you get that deep sense of uplifting your spirits right now. That is what I have for you this week, Gemini. I hope that helps. I do hope that you do get uplifted into your solar returns, that you release whatever isn't meant to go on with you into this next solar cycle, and you do so in this more gentle, purple energy of it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.